The moment my husband told me to pack my things or shut up, I realized something terrifying. He never expected me to actually choose the door. The argument exploded at his family's annual lake house reunion, a weekend filled with forced smiles, too much wine, and years of buried resentment. By Sunday night, sides had been drawn like battle lines. His father called me ungrateful. His brother called me dramatic. Then my husband looked me dead in the eye and said, "Apologize right now or get out of this family." I glanced at our 4-year-old daughter sleeping on the couch with her favorite blanket. Then I looked back at him and quietly decided that by the end of the month, neither of us would be there. My name is Emma, and I was 35 years old when my husband gave me an ultimatum he never thought I'd accept. We had been married for 7 years. We had a 4-year-old daughter named Lily, and for most of that marriage, I spent more energy managing his family's expectations than building any kind of peace in our own home. Ryan wasn't a monster. At least, not the kind you see in movies. He worked steady hours as a project manager, coached Lily's soccer team on weekends, and remembered our anniversary most years. But the second his family entered the picture, he transformed. He stopped being my partner and became their loyal son and brother, defending every slight with the same tired line. "They're family, Emma. Just let it go." His mother had an opinion on everything: how I dressed for work, how I disciplined Lily, how I loaded the dishwasher, even how loudly I laughed. At first, I tried to please her. Then I tried to ignore her. Then I simply survived her. Every complaint I brought to Ryan was met with excuses. "That's just Mom. She means well." His brother and sister joined in whenever they visited, turning every holiday into a quiet interrogation of my choices. I smiled through it all for Lily's sake, telling myself that keeping the peace was what good mothers did. Until the lake house weekend shattered that illusion. The reunion started innocently enough. The big wooden house overlooked the water, filled with cousins, aunts, uncles, and enough food to feed a small army. Lily was thrilled, running around with her cousins while I helped in the kitchen. That's where it began. My mother-in-law watched me chop vegetables and sighed loudly. "Still working those long hours at the clinic? Poor Lily must miss her mommy." Several heads turned. I kept my voice even. "The clinic is short-staffed, and I love my job. Lily's doing great with our routine." Ryan's sister jumped in immediately. "Some of us manage to prioritize family over career, you know." A few chuckles rippled through the room. My cheeks flushed, but I felt something deeper. Pure exhaustion. This wasn't the first comment. It was the 1,000th. And Lily was old enough now to sense the tension. "I'm providing for our family, too," I said quietly. "And I'm a good mother." The pediatrician even praised how well-adjusted Lily is. The mood shifted instantly. My mother-in-law set her glass down hard. "There you go again, always so defensive. We're just trying to help." Ryan's brother muttered something about modern women under his breath. Voices overlapped. Suddenly, I wasn't just defending my job. I was apparently attacking the entire family's values. I looked at Ryan across the room, silently begging him to step in. He avoided my eyes at first. Then, as I calmly explained how years of these remarks had worn me down, how I felt invisible and constantly judged, he finally stood up. "Emma, enough. You're embarrassing me." The room went quiet. I stared at him. "I'm embarrassing you? For having boundaries?" He stepped closer, face red. "Apologize to my mother right now or pack your things when we get home. I won't have this drama anymore." No one moved. Everyone watched, expecting the same thing they always got: my surrender. Instead, I picked up Lily's toys without a word, gathered her from the couch, and walked out to the car. I drove us home that night in silence while Ryan stayed behind with his family. Back at the house, after tucking Lily in, I sat at the kitchen table until dawn. For the first time, I saw the pattern clearly. The problem wasn't one weekend. It was 7 years of shrinking myself to keep everyone else comfortable. Around 3 a.m., I remembered something. 2 years earlier, a former supervisor had reached out about a head nurse position at a prestigious children's hospital in Colorado. The offer had come with relocation support, excellent pay, and top-rated schools. At the time, I turned it down for family reasons. The next morning, I sent her a message. She replied within minutes. The position was still open, and they were eager to have me. From that moment, I moved with quiet purpose. For the next 3 weeks, I played the perfect wife on the surface. I made dinners, helped with Lily's activities, answered Ryan's texts about moving past the argument. Meanwhile, I handled every detail in secret. Interviews over video calls during lunch breaks, apartment viewings, school enrollment for Lily, packing only what we needed into storage. My old supervisor became my lifeline, helping with logistics and even connecting me with a family law attorney who ensured everything was done cleanly and fairly. Ryan behaved exactly as predicted. He assumed I'd apologize eventually. First came the silence, then the passive comments. "Mom's upset, but she'll get over it." Then the takeout from my favorite Thai place as a peace offering. "We're better than this, Em." I smiled, nodded, and kept packing in the quiet hours after he slept. The night before our flight, he came home optimistic. We sat on the couch after Lily was in bed. "I knew you'd come around," he said, squeezing my hand. "Family is everything." I looked at him and simply replied, "You're right. Family is everything." He never caught the double meaning. The next morning, while he was at the office, Lily and I left for the airport. I placed a letter on the kitchen island. Honest, not cruel. I explained why I couldn't keep teaching our daughter that her mother's worth depended on tolerating disrespect. I outlined the temporary custody arrangement I'd filed for and promised we could work towards something healthier once he faced the truth. My phone started exploding before we even reached security. I didn't answer until we were in the air. Lily asleep against my shoulder with her stuffed bunny. When I finally picked up, Ryan's voice cracked. "Emma, you actually left? With Lily? This is crazy." I watched the clouds below. What's crazy is believing I'd spend the rest of my life apologizing for existing. I love you, Ryan, but I love myself and Lily more. He had no response. For the first time, his family's script had no power. The months that followed were hard, but they were also freeing. Colorado gave us mountain air, new routines, and a support system that actually lifted me up. Lily thrived at her new preschool. She laughed more, slept better, asked fewer nervous questions about, "When are we going home?" I excelled in my new role, finding joy in work that felt valued. Ryan visited when the court allowed. At first, he was angry, then confused, then slowly, painfully, he started listening. The distance stripped away the noise of his family's influence. He began therapy. He confronted his mother and brother about years of undermining me. Real apologies came later, halting and imperfect, but genuine. Today, our co-parenting relationship is stronger than our marriage ever was. We have clear boundaries. His family still struggles with them, but they no longer control our narrative. Lily is confident, secure, and learning that love doesn't require self-erasure. Looking back, the most powerful moment wasn't buying the plane tickets or boarding the flight. It was realizing that respect isn't something you earn by shrinking. It's something you claim by standing up. The weekend my husband told me to apologize or leave, he thought he was drawing a line in the sand. He never realized he was handing me the freedom to draw an entirely new map. And choosing myself and Lily changed everything. If this story touched your heart, hit that like button and subscribe for more real-life empowerment tales. Drop a comment. Have you ever had to choose yourself over toxic family peace? Rate this story from 0 to 10 and share it with someone who needs to hear they're not alone. More stories coming soon.